Hey guys, this is my research project presentation. Let's get started. So my research question is, how does low-income family life impact children ages 4 to 17 in rural Ontario towns? Why did I choose this topic? Well, I myself grew up in a small rural Ontario town called Prescott, Ontario, which is pictured to the right. I had many friends I grew up with in that town who were low income, and now I look back and notice a lot of them ended up in very similar situations, but also some who made a completely new life for themselves. Low income was never something that was recognizable to me, as I wasn't a very judgmental kid. I did not go to the same school as a lot of my friends in these situations, so I never saw them getting picked on or anything for their lifestyle. But as I got older, my parents would say things around me that were negative about my friends and their home life and their family, especially those in low-income households. As of now, I currently work at the school board here in Ottawa, and I'm constantly around children with different income, including children from rural areas like Metcalfe, Dunrobin, and Carp, which are just located outside of Ottawa. I'm very interested to get to know how low income can impact a child's life, and if the experience is similar for every child in this situation, and the problems they face every day being in this situation. My position in this research was a bit discussed in the slide before, but I'd like to tell you more. So like I said earlier, my position in the research is that I grew up in a small rural Ontario town and grew up with friends who were in low-income households. I thought this would cause me to have a strong bias towards how I think of children growing up in low-income households, but I look back and realize that they all live quite differently, and certain people definitely stand out. I grew up in a middle-class family, but would consider myself low-income now because I am a student. I am very lucky that I have the support of my family when it is needed. I work within the Ottawa Catholic School Board as an ECE and witness the lives of children who are in low-income households outside of their household. So my research methods and design ideally would be a qualitative method. Why did I choose qualitative? Well, it's less statistics and data and more real in getting to know the people in these situations. It is a very exploratory way of doing research, as I could learn so much along the way, and there's less of a chance of me just finding the exact results I'm looking for. Also, while doing my research on this and looking through research articles, I noticed that this is not a very research topic and that there isn't much information out there about it, which makes qualitative the better way to go, because I'm actually doing the research instead of relying on numbers, stats, and other data, as this would be very hard to find. I decided in order to get the best results, I would have 3 types of ways to retrieve the information needed. The first being a group interview. This would help the children feel more comfortable discussing their situation, knowing there are others going through the exact same experience as them, and help them feel more comfortable talking to me, the interviewer. Then I would want to do individual interviews afterward. That way the child has a chance to discuss things they may not have felt comfortable sharing with the group. Then, after that, I would like to observe these children. That way, I can get some insight on how they live their life without having them tell me what they think I want to hear, and hearing the biases they might have towards their own life. Lastly, I think consent is a very important factor to research, and everyone involved has to know what's going on step by step. I would do signed waivers explaining every process that will be happening during this research, so that the child isn't surprised if anything changes within the research. I would let the child know and also give them the option to back out of the research if they aren't comfortable. Thank you for listening to my research presentation. I hope you enjoyed it.